Cheryl Gill is a partner at Johns Flaherty Collins in La Crosse. She joins me now with some insight on today's news. We appreciate you being here today.
You're welcome.
What does this decision by the Supreme Court mean for states, specifically Wisconsin?
Well, what it really means is that the Seventh Circuit Court of Appeals, which ruled on Wisconsin's ban, after Judge Crabb ruled that it was unconstitutional, the Seventh Circuit Court agreed with Judge Crabb and said that the ban was unconstitutional. So now Wisconsin will start marrying, or should start marrying, gay and lesbian couples.
Now, this decision wasn't the Supreme Court agreeing with same-sex marriage, was it?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
What happened here probably, although the Supreme Court rarely, if ever, tells us why they denied certiorari, which they petitioned the court for the court to hear it. Mm-hmm. They never tell us, but it's probably because all the circuit courts that have ruled on it have ruled that it's unconstitutional. And there's no disagreement among circuit courts, which means the Supreme Court really doesn't have anything to rule on.
So if a state somewhere or a circuit somewhere rules that a ban is constitutional, does that make it more likely, the Supreme Court?
It does make it more likely, but let's say that happens this year. It's not going to get to the Supreme Court before the next term, starting the first Monday of October in 2015.
So what does that mean for the state of Wisconsin moving forward? Is it likely the state will keep challenging this ruling?
They can't, because the Supreme Court has denied their challenge. Okay?
So that's it?
That's it for the state of Wisconsin. Now, there is a case pending apparently in the state Supreme Court, but that's unlikely to fly.
Now, you said at the beginning states should start marrying same-sex couples. By law, do they have to now?
In those circuits that have upheld the ban, that have turned over the ban on gay marriage and have held it's unconstitutional, and in states, of course, there are some states that have already passed legislation saying gay marriage is acceptable, as well as some states have done judicial decisions where gay marriage is now acceptable, for instance, the state of Iowa. In those states, gay and lesbian couples will be getting married. Individual county clerks can resist it, but they would be violating the law at that point.
I think people are used to the Supreme Court taking on big issues and ruling on big issues. Is it rare for them to pass on something like this?
No, it's not. It actually is not that rare for the Supreme Court to pass on big issues. They only want to address the big issues when it appears that the nation is not in agreement, or if there is some issue that can't be resolved politically, and yet the Constitution speaks to it very clearly.
So if they don't want to look like they're legislating, they want to look like they're coming in and settling a...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Legislators are democratically elected, the Supreme Court is appointed. So they never want, they don't want the appearance that they are handing down the law from on high.
All right, Cheryl, thank you so much
You're
for
welcome.
clearing this up for us. We appreciate you coming in today.